Tomorrow also sees the return of the mighty England to the pitch in a group that's still very much all to play for England because the results today, I think, have qualified. Denmark, Slovenia and Serbia still battling it out there for a place in the knockout stages. There is talk that, indeed, Gareth Southgate will make a big change, ladies and gentlemen, going into this clash against Slovenia. Out goes Alexander-Arnold. In comes Conor Gallagher. Ooh, calm down, Gareth.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Oh, this is...
Wow.
This is really throwing a spanner in the works. I mean, we've got the mighty Slovenia and we've got England. And, you know, the Conor Gallagher change, if that's the one...
He likes it. He's made it twice, hasn't he?
Well, he made it twice off the bench. It's really, if that's the case, it just smells to me of conservatism gone crazy. I mean, it's just... You have these youngsters. You've taken Kobe Minu. You've taken Adam Walton, you have Cole Palmer, you have Phil Foden, who could play in a different position with Bellingham playing deeper. You have so many options to supplement Declan Rice and help him.
Yeah.
And if you think Conor Gallagher is the best supplement for getting more out of Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham and maybe Phil Foden in a different position, up to the one that he's normally playing at, he's playing for England, which is drifting in off the left, which he never really does for Man City. And this is your change after taking a bit of a shellacking from the English media. I mean, it kind of says Gareth Southgate all over it, doesn't it? And what will happen is England, who are already through, by the way, that was confirmed tonight, will get some sort of, you know, mediocre result and they will move on and then we'll see where we go from there. But it just... I was expecting some of these other guys, you know, changing, you know, maybe Foden playing a different position, maybe leaves Saka out, plays Foden on the right, maybe drops Bellingham a little deeper, maybe brings Foden in behind or whatever. Just start doing some stuff in that forward area that makes England a little bit more exciting. Conor Gallagher coming in for Alexander-Arnold, that's not it.
Let's remember, Conor Gallagher played most of the second half against Denmark. Didn't exactly change the game. George, you look at it overall, and this is kind of a free pass, this third game, in which you could bring in a Cole Palmer or bring in a new face to try and just mix things up a bit. But this, obviously, we know from the past, isn't Gareth Southgate's way.
No, it's not. And to be fair, he said it himself, you know, he's been looking for 8 years now for the right midfield combination, and after 8 years this is what he comes up with. Conor Gallagher, I mean, this is just... Don't come and tell me like, oh, the media are too harsh, or the media should support us, why are they so mean? Harry Kane saying, don't forget that you won that shirt one day. This is all BS, because this is what happens, really. And they will play better at some point, because they can't be as bad as what we've seen so far in this tournament. So I expect at least to see a bit of an improvement. Not really down to Conor Gallagher and the choices that Gareth Southgate has, or will make in that game, or makes in that game. But just overall, I think the players now, really, if they have a bit of pride in them, will go out and play better than in the first two games. So I expect them to improve a little bit. But in terms of, it's later that we care about. It's not Slovenia. No one cares about that game tomorrow. It's later. What happens when you face Germany or France or Spain or Portugal, all those kind of teams? They're going to get battered. Exactly. So you're right. Tomorrow was a great opportunity to say, you know what, we need to be better collectively and individually, but let's start by collectively. Let's try to find something that is actually good in this tournament so far, and yet we have Conor Gallagher.
And if Harry Kane's not fit, go and tell Southgate he's not fit. You know, people are starting to make excuses, you know, oh, he's back, he's fit, he's playing, he's fit. If he's not fit, don't play. And I don't want to go over it because we went over it yesterday. His press conference was an utter embarrassment, right? A total embarrassment to professional sports people wanting a free pass. That's what he wanted, a free pass, right? Now, these England players, whether Southgate picks the right team or not, these England players need to show some responsibility because they have been rank rotten in terms of the standards they have set at the clubs thus far for their country in this tournament. That's not the media's fault. It's not ex-players' fault. It's not broadcasters' fault. It's not writers' fault. It's theirs. It's theirs and the manager. And quite frankly, if England were swanning around this tournament, got to the semi-finals, were playing great football, scoring lots of goals, and they got knocked out on a whim, then I think you can get some sort of pass there. But if they continue the way they're playing, they will be knocked out and they should duly be hammered, right? And quite frankly, you know, sitting there talking about getting a bunch of cheerleaders behind you is not going to change anything about how they've played. And Harry Kane, by the way, so far in this tournament, has been one of England's worst players.
You're off tomorrow.
Go on, Jules.
No, I was going to say, and if you want to press and you see that Harry Kane can't press anymore, then don't play him. I agree with Craig. Even if he's injured, not injured, but if you want a team that presses and a team that goes on the front foot and goes and chase the ball everywhere, you need your number 9. The trigger is your number 9. Whether that's Watkins, Tony, Cole Palmer, Burley, Nicol, Moreno, whoever that is,
Thomas,
is your trigger. If Harry Kane can't run anymore and can't press, then don't play him if you want a team that presses. And that's why I don't understand. Of course, it's Harry Kane, he's your captain, but there's a point where if he's not helping your team to do what you want as a coach, don't play him. And right now, we've seen him struggling to press. Really struggling to press. I'll be curious to see the high-intensity sprints from all that team and see where Harry Kane is, because there haven't been much intensity in any of his runs. So again, another reason for Gareth Southgate to make big calls, the calls that matters the most.
England should do a better job, Jules, of possessing and protecting the ball. I mean, they really shouldn't have to press much against this Slovenia side because they should be dominating this game. They should have dominated Serbia. They should have dominated Denmark, but they did not. They allowed these teams into the game. There's no way they can allow a very mediocre Slovenian side to do this. So in some essence, even if Harry Kane was carrying an injury, England shouldn't have. It's not like they're playing France, they're playing Germany, they're playing Spain. They don't have the ball. They have to try and press to get it back. The sides they've played against so far, they should not even have been having to do this because they should have dominated the games, which they have not.
Yeah, you're right. But this is a team without structure. They don't have a pressing structure. So an order where they know where the ball is to go and press all together. No structure. With the ball, they don't have a build-up phase structure. So when you have the ball and you want to play out from the back, you have a structure in place and you know exactly what to do and who is who and where the ball is. They don't have that either. The English the other day kind of tried to warm me up after the France 0-0 against the Netherlands, saying, well, England and France are the same. They're not playing well. I said, no, hang on. The French, this is what they do. This is our DNA. This is the mentality. This is what Deschamps wants. This is the most balanced, structured team in the tournament. England have no clue what they do. They are all clueless. Southgate is clueless and the players have no structure, no ideas, no balance, nothing. And that's the issue. And it's not tomorrow that it will be sorted out. And now it's too late. Don't give me those experiment things or we're trying to find a solution because it's too late now. The tournament has started.
What do we know? Any of us think differently?
Well, yes. How we got around to Manchester United now?
Well, because we're talking about Southgate.
You're off tomorrow, aren't you? Stevie will be in the studio. Yeah.